Hello and congratulations on the birth of your new baby or babies if you have more than one. My name is Nana. I have been providing postnatal and newborn care services for over 20 years. I have a midwifery background and I practiced as an international board certified lactation consultant until 2019. I enjoy supporting parents to establish the essentials for a healthy and fulfilling start to family life. This video will touch on a small area of newborn behavior as well as provide some tips on establishing a structure focusing on the newborn up to the age of 3 to 4 weeks. Before I continue this video, I'd like to emphasize on the point that this is a general guide as every baby is different and therefore these tips will not be appropriate to apply to all babies. I have used the word structure instead of routine because newborn babies cannot follow a strict routine as it is not physically possible for them to do so. Newborns require frequent feeding because they have small stomachs. They need a lot of reassuring cuddles and touch for their emotional well-being and brain development. They need your attention when they're cold or hot or bored. Sometimes they need your help to fall asleep. Now, let's talk about sleep. Newborns need a lot of sleep due to the fast pace of their growth and development. Although newborns spend a lot of time sleeping, they have no concept of day or night time. They cannot sleep through the night because of their physical as well as emotional needs. Some newborns sleep for 16 to 18 hours a day for between 30 minutes to 4 hours at a time. Generally, most babies will sleep for less hours as they grow older and will start sleeping for longer stretches at night. As mentioned earlier, in the first few weeks of a newborn's life, it is not possible to have a strict routine. You can, however, establish a structure which will help your baby's internal clock distinguish between daytime and nighttime. You can feed your baby on demand and allow your baby to fall asleep as and when they want to, and still create a structure purely based on what you're doing differently in the daytime to what you do at night. For example, during the daytime, you could have your baby in the living room, open curtains, expose baby to light. You could play music, talk to your baby, and take your baby out for walks if you feel comfortable doing so. Of course, observing social distancing measures. For some babies, you will notice a clear pattern emerge naturally after a few days. Some babies' natural pattern are like clockwork, which can be helpful because it allows you to plan ahead. For example, you could prepare a few minutes before your baby wakes up by grabbing a drink, have a snack, use the loo, situate yourself comfortably for a feed, and so on and so forth. If your baby is bottle fed, you could prepare a feed a few minutes before your baby wakes. The benefit of being able to prepare ahead means you are able to attend to your baby's needs before they become desperate. At night, this means that you can attend to your baby's needs before he or she is fully awake, which may shorten the time that you are both awake. A drowsy baby will tend to sleep a lot quicker than a baby who is wide awake. So the longer a baby waits to be attended to, the more aroused, and frustrated they become, and it will just take you longer to settle them. So tips for nighttime. The key is to keep your baby as calm as possible. So keep activity to a minimum during nighttime. For example, use dim lights, lower your voice, and use gentle touching and stroking. Attend to your baby as soon as you notice feeding cues. So for example, your baby might start licking their lips, making smacking or sucking sounds, or sucking anything that is close to their face. That's a a good time to feed your baby. Now, when it comes to nappy changing, always change your nappy halfway through a feed, or when you begin to notice your baby is drowsy during the feed. If possible, use warm water or warm wipes to change your baby instead of cold wipes and a cold cotton wool ball, because this will rouse your baby and it just means that it takes longer for the baby to go back to sleep. And be prepared to give a small feed after the nappy change if your baby looks like they're still interested. If you're bottle feeding, ensure that baby has winded before you put your baby down to sleep. This is because bottle fed babies take in more air through the bottle than a breastfed baby. Although some breastfed babies do need to be winded as well before putting down. Breastfed babies whose moms have a fast milk letdown may swallow air as well as milk while feeding. These babies will need to be winded before settling down to sleep. Babies will wake after short periods of time sleeping due to discomfort of trapped wind. Every baby is different and manages their feeding differently. However, if you find that your baby is uncomfortable during or after a feed and will not settle, or wakes up after a short period of sleep and is crying or fussing, it may well be that your baby needs winding. This applies to both breastfed and bottle-fed babies. I hope you have found this video helpful as a general guide. Now, I am offering free remote consultations during this period while we are all observing social distancing measures. You can email me to arrange a consultation if you feel that you could benefit from a one-to-one conversation with me. Congratulations once more. Enjoy your baby and keep safe. Thank you.